Hey, hi everyone, Ashish here. So today we'll be performing some basic ED analysis using Pandas. So I'll be showing how we can actually load CSV file in Pandas and how do we perform some basic analysis like what is the minimum and maximum values for each column and what are the different data types of each columns, and then what kind of summary statistics which we can get at one shot using very simple commands from Pandas data frame. So let's get started. So here I'll just upload my import my library, Pandas library, and then here I'll just load my data. And now once I've uploaded my data, I don't know how many rows and how many columns are there. So if I just try printing the whole data frame, it might be the case that it is a very huge data set, and it won't be feasible for me to just to read it through. Obviously Jupyter will take care of it by showing few columns, a few rows from top and few rows from bottom, but again it's not a very convenient way to have a look inside this data frame. So what we can do before even starting, we can directly actually go and see what is the shape of this data frame. That's a very useful function, and it's basically a property of this pandas data frame. And here I can see this data set has 891 rows and 12 columns. So obviously if I just directly print the data frame, I can't go through 890 rows. So just to have a brief what exactly is inside, what I want to do is I want to just have a look at top 5 or top 6 rows. And the way I do it is, there's a command, a function called head. So if I just do a df.head, it will give me top 5 rows basically, and it will show me all the columns. Here we have 12 columns, so all the 12 columns are displayed. So this is basically a Titanic data set, a publicly available data set, which is being used for demonstration purpose only. This is I have downloaded from Kaggle. So, and df.head will give me all the top 5 rows. Similarly, if I, let's say I want to see top 10 rows, df.head by default gives me top 5 rows. But if I want to see top 10 rows, what I can do, I can just go ahead and enter this number inside this, and it will give me accordingly. So if you see 9, because this row numbering and everything is starting from 0 in Python. So that's why. Similarly, if I want to see, let's say, last 5 rows, so I can see df.tail, I'll just mention 5. Obviously by default it will give me 5, but if I mention it also it will work. So that's how it will give me. Once I have a look and feel of this data set, if I want to understand how the data is distributed inside columns, so I'll just do a df.info. So this is the kind of output that I'll get for each column. What is the data type that I can have a look, and whether this is in null or non-null values are there, and this is the count basically of the non-null values. So these many non-null values are there. So that's at one shot I can see what kind of data is there. Similarly, there is another useful function called df.describe. This will give me the distribution of each column, like what is the total number of count of rows. Again, this will give me the non-null values, and if it is a numeric variable, then it will give me the mean. So basically this gives me for the numeric variables, mean, standard deviation, minimum value, 25 percentile value, 50 percentile value, 75 percentile. Similarly, the maximum value present in that particular column. Here it will give me a clear picture how the data is distributed inside that particular column. I think I have covered everything. I mean, in terms of basic statistics, which I want to see from the dataset. We'll be continuing with the ways how can we access different columns, and how can we rename those columns, and how do we delete separate columns, and then how do we iterate through columns and how iterate through rows, and then manipulate all those data inside a data frame. That will be covering in the forthcoming videos. Yeah, please like this video and subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Thank you.